Hey there, everybody. We're in a different room in the apartment because we're going to be taking a look at this guy. This is the EVT field unit. This might be the most overpowered home bike stand, if you will, out there. It's a collaboration between two brands, Minoura and EVT. What's unique about this bike stand is that, firstly, it's like way overbuilt, super sturdy, and it also uses the EVT right arm clamp. This thing is a beast, like virtually no flex, super sturdy. The stand itself is rated to work on bikes weighing up to 79 pounds. This is a bike stand on steroids. Before I set it up, I'll give you guys a quick tour of the clamp here and what makes it interesting. So first off, this is where you would put the seat post. As you can see, it's spring-loaded. So it's really easy to get a bike on and off, especially if you're juggling a really heavy bike. And this is how you tighten it and loosen it. And this is super smooth. So although it's not like a quick button release or something, this is smooth. Another nice feature of the stand is the size of the jaws here. If you've used other bike stands, you know sometimes they can be really tall, which provides good clamping force, but you need a fair amount of seat posts for that to work. And so this is short enough so it'll work on smaller size seat posts. It's also lined with some leather to help protect the tubes. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Next thing is how you manipulate the bike when it's on the stand. You notice these big round surfaces here. You can undo these quick releases, and this is how it rotates. So big metal on metal clamping area, no plastic bits. This makes it really easy to manipulate the bike on the stand, even really big bikes. And same thing with this motion going around. So I'll show you how this works once I get this set up. Other things about the stand that make it overpowered is this main tube here. I think it's 65 millimeters in diameter. This is 45 mil. The legs are just like really big and chunky. Let's go set it up. Enough talking here. Oh, okay. Get that started. All right. So usually I'm not a fan of like tripod bike stands, but this thing, the legs are so wide that it's a really stable platform, super stiff as well. Okay, put the bike over here. All right. Am I in the frame? Okay, this is looking pretty good. Okay, let's get the bike on the stand. Oh. Okay. So this is not a featherweight road bike, and you can see it does a really good job at holding it up. So it's super sturdy, nothing is going anywhere. Other things I like about the stand is that the right arm holds the bike away from the central column. So if you've got flat pedals, you can pedal away and it's not slapping into your bike stand. Other bike stands I've tried, that's kind of a problem. Not so much with this one. This bike is the monopole, not a light bike, lighter than some cargo bikes, but still a cargo bike. I'd say this is probably at least maybe 35, 40 pounds. Yeah, and the clamp has no problem. Again, this really small clamping area here makes it really nice if you have short legs like me and your bikes don't have a ton of seat posts. Some bike stands have really wide clamping areas and you have to raise the saddle and that messes up the saddle height, or you have to put in a dummy post. And you don't have to do that with a stand. Let's say you want to rotate the bike. Usually when bikes are this heavy, it's just a hot mess to kind of rotate it around the stand. But I'm going to undo this and we'll just move it like that and then lock it down. So that's pretty cool. Again, rock solid. Yeah, this is just like a beast of a bike stand. Let's move it back. Okay, locking this down. And again, this is made possible because these rotating bits, they've got a large surface to clamp onto. So really secure and really smooth even when it's bearing a lot of the weight. Okay, I'm gonna try something I haven't done before, and that is rotate this heavyish bike, and we'll see how that does. So Make sure this is nice and clamped. Okay. Whoa. Undo that. Okay. Um, that's pretty impressive. I feel like a lot of other bike stands would have buckled by then. Let's see what else we can do. So it holds it in place pretty good. Oh, oh man. Okay. Struggling just a bit to hold it there. Okay, I think the way that this bike is balanced, it moves a little bit, but still pretty impressive that I can hold it in this angle. Curious if we can do it vertically. Let's see what that looks like. Again, this is not a light bike. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay, so yeah. Still really stable. Like, I feel like there's no way I could do this with any other stand that I've used before. Yeah. Why you would want to do this? Let's say maybe you want to, check serial numbers or fiddle with motors or what have you. But this is impressive. I could theoretically do a 360, but this bike is so long on the front that it'll hit the floor before I can get it around. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Okay, let me undo this clamp. All right. Oh, Jesus. Let's... Okay. Whew. Other cool things about this bike stand is that the legs actually have holes in them. So let's say you're taking it out to an event, you can actually, put some tent stakes through there and make sure it's super, super secure. Probably the only downside of this stand is that it is not an expensive stand, to say the least. I think full MSRP is just under $600. So yes, I get it. It is expensive, but this could potentially be the last bike stand you'll ever need to buy. Everything on it is just super herky. The rider arm clamp is just a brilliant design. Aside from having enough distance and holding the bike from the central post so you can spin the pedals, I've used some other bike stands where the locking mechanism is just too close to the frame itself. As you spin, it would hit parts of the frame, but it's held out far enough to make that not an issue. Also, as you guys saw, really easy to rotate despite it having a lot of weight. Let's see if we can adjust the height up and down, what that's like. Oh, geez. Oh my God. This is not a light bike. As you can see, you can manipulate the height even with a heavyish bike. Some stands where the main column is at an angle and it's plastic on plastic, that is just like a no-go. It'll snap it. But this, since it's all beefy aluminum tubing, it can handle it like a champ. Quick disclaimer, Mary Sales did send this over for me to review, but I'm not getting paid for the review and all the thoughts are my own, all that good stuff. But let me tell you this, I had another stand and I gave it to a friend after this thing arrived. Not only because it was excessive to have two stands here, but this thing is just like bomber. So if you're looking for a bike stand to end all bike stands, literally the last one that you'll ever have to buy, that uses the EVT right angle clamp system, this is the one to get. What do you guys think of the stand? Let me know in the comments below. As always, keep the supple side down.